It's no good. I keep searching for Moroccan snuff porn, but all I'm getting back are pictures of one Christopher Jones. I know, let's satisfy our rampant egos and Google ourselves.
Next up is Google Me. Released in 2006, Google Me follows the exploits of Jim Killeen, a middle-aged Midwestern American who turns the simple act of Googling his name into a self-made quest to traverse the globe, searching out namesakes willing to discuss their lives on camera. Jim's travels take him as far as Australia and Ireland, meeting Jim Killeen the priest, Jim Killeen the retired cop, Jim Killeen the transsexual dating group swinger.
Stop your rampant doggerel. Saddam Spring and Glyn Packard live merely seconds away and over the hill. Shoes on, Spring. Let's out these families.
They all have to be found as Jim Killeen. I go by Jim, and that's who I want to meet. Also, we have to find them using a Google search. This is the 21st century. I'm interested in finding people using the latest technology, not leafing through phone books in the public library. Third, I will travel to each of the Jim Killeens and do something that they like to do, something that's important to them. Lastly, I'm interested in finding out if any of us are actually related, so they have to agree to submit to a DNA test.
Given the pathetically lame nature of the questions Jim asks, you could have simply waited a couple of years, found out the same basic information on Facebook. This is nothing more than a fat man's home movie project, with no journalistic angle, no social economic perspective, and no insight into the human condition whatsoever. It's so slight and thematically inconsequential, it barely qualifies as a footnote reminder that Dave Gorman did all this better years ago.
The thing I liked about Jimmy, even though he didn't quite understand the project and all of his friends told him not to do it, was that he did it anyway. Like me, he's willing to take a chance. Things are going great. I've met two amazing guys. I've got a cop and a priest in my corner. I still don't consider myself a filmmaker because I'm breaking the #1 rule of filmmaking, which is don't spend your own money.
Oh no, Spring. Music fans. Introspective whining clones with whimsy on the brain and imperial stag on the soul. How dare you soil our names, you toast-fancying audio analists? Film fans. Cultural knuckle draggers living vicariously through watered-down versions of the same 7 stories. Shut up, wankers.
Whilst it does remain light-hearted and the various incarnations of Jim Killeen form a relationship that feels genuine on screen, it seems to prove that most people will open their homes and hearts to strangers, providing they believe a feature-length movie deal is involved.
I'll show you my feature-length story.
A stranger with a promise of fame is a close friend to be trusted with private details. The fact that they have the same name is inconsequential and only serves as a way of Googling, tracking down and tormenting any of the Jim Killeens you might not have liked. It's lucky that the film only deals with agreeable happy Jims and not those miserable desperate Jims that don't appear on the first few pages of a Google search.
Anyway, why don't you come in for a nice hot cup of judgment?
Are you The Rock? No, I'm Dwayne, not The Rock Johnson. I Googled my name, and I'm like, why is The Rock on this page? And then I looked and it said Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and I was like, oh no. It was just kind of disconcerting because I always felt like it was my name, and I just felt like someone else had like a part of me in some sort of way.
Yeah, that's kind of odd, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I know The Rock, and then they start doing the crazy rock, I'm gonna lay the smack down on you or something like that. So it's cool when kids do it, not too cool when adults do it.
So, Jim Killeen, after all this transatlantic traipsing, what does your so-called documentary actually accomplish? What does it say? Is it a reflection on how the growth of social networking is affecting an entire generation's physical communication? No. Is it discussing the worrying moral questions of having Google's globe-spanning dominance being the single problem solver for the whole world? No. The talking points are endless, but what does Google Me do? It gets a few people with the same name together. They cook a chili. Google Me is out to watch free on the YouTubes now. And now it's time to tell you the real reason you're here. We're going to kill you and grind your bones to make black indie metal. Save a place for me in the afterlife, Spring.
No one can equal my prowess at Scratch and Go Glen.
Dead-eyed twitchers.
Fuck! Loyalty to the cause is captured.
You toast-fancying fuck.
Zombie flesh eaters live on as defining moments in the with the zombies. Zombies?
I one thing that salutes with silent.
Providing they believe a future.
Future.
Don't shut me up!